The LG G6 is one of LG's best phones ever made. It's sporting an updated 2017 design with super thin bezels, along with an upgraded secondary wide-angle camera from what is found on the G5. As we get further into 2017, the G6 is seeing a massive drop in price, meaning it might just be the best smartphone deal right now. I'm Roo, and this is why the LG G6 might still be worth it. So let's start with the design of this phone, and it doesn't take long to realise how stunning this device looks. LG was one of the first companies to introduce bezels as thin as these, as well as stylish curved corners on the giant 5.7-inch display they were able to fit in. Turn around to the back of the handset and things don't stop there. You'll find a glass back with curved accents to the side along with a fingerprint sensor in the middle. That's because the fingerprint sensor on the back also doubles up as a button. So that just leaves a headphone jack on top, and a USB Type-C charging port next to the speaker, and a microphone on the bottom. Spoiler alert, the speaker sounds amazing, as I'll demonstrate later. And finally, LG didn't compromise on protection, as the G6 is IP68 certified, which means it's water and dust resistant. My only gripe about the build quality of this phone is that since this is a review unit sent to a lot of people, the rear camera has managed to get rather scratched up, much more than any other glass on the phone, which worries me since it should be the most durable. So moving under the hood and clearing the technical specs out of the way, you'll find a Snapdragon 821 processor, a comfortable 4GB of RAM, and up to 128GB of internal storage, which is microSD card expandable. Performance is snappy, with hardly any slowdowns, as to be expected from a flagship like this, and multitasking works well enough on the 4GB of RAM. The rear-mounted fingerprint sensor works well enough, although it doesn't get any awards for being the quickest, especially compared to my OnePlus 5. The G6 supports Android 7.0 Nougat and is rumoured to support Oreo updates in the future. LG have also modified the look of the familiar Android interface, and added their own exclusive features, like double tap to wake, custom themes, and my favourite, an always-on ambient display. Speaking of the display, the G6 is using a gorgeous 5.7-inch IPS LCD panel, which does make colours look really great, and honestly made me think it was an AMOLED screen without checking the spec sheet. It's got a Quad HD resolution too, which makes it all the more better and makes me say this is one of the best displays I've ever seen on a smartphone, with all round great viewing angles too, a definite win on that regard. Touching on speaker sound quality, I must say I'm very impressed. It sounds noticeably better than my OnePlus 5, and much clearer too. Volumes could get a little bit louder though, but sound quality is just simply amazing. I'll show you a sound test comparing it to my OnePlus 5, where you can notice quite a difference. Now, moving on to my favourite part of this handset, the camera. Yes, I've been dying to talk about the secondary wide-angle lens this phone has. Both rear cameras have 13 megapixel sensors, but only the standard lens having optical stabilisation, although you don't really need it on the super wide 125 degree lens. Nonetheless, I'm blown away by the photos this wide-angle lens produces, and I just really wish other manufacturers would have used this wide-angle lens instead of the telephoto lens that they put on phones. It really is just so much better in every single way. I just can't get across how good it looks, like how much I dig this wide-angle lens. I'll throw some photos on the screen right now comparing it to the standard lens, and it just really looks amazing. You've got to see it for yourself. Anyway, just quickly mentioning low light, it's, well, not too bad, but I've seen better. Although video from this phone is great, and if you're into filmmaking, you'll definitely enjoy the fully manual video mode, with options to change ISO, shutter speed, and other manual settings, and I think this is really nice feature. You can use both lenses to record Full HD and 4K video, which looks stunning coming from the wide-angle lens. Also not forgetting about the front-facing selfie camera, which has another killer 100 degree wide-angle lens, which is just simply awesome and so underrated. Is a selfie stick banned in your area? Doesn't matter, just buy an LG G6. The photo quality from the selfie shooter is pretty good, although the caveat being the low light shots aren't all that great. You'll find a 3300 mAh battery in this phone, which is the same size as most other flagships like the OnePlus 5 and Galaxy S8. It supports Qualcomm Quick Charge 3.0 and can get up to 50% in 30 minutes. Battery life is really good, and I was just about able to get through a day of use. The always on display doesn't drain my battery at all, which is surprising considering it's not even an AMOLED display. So the LG G6 is now one of my favourite phones of this year, with its simply awesome wide angle lens and some great design choices to go with it. Even though I'm not a huge fan of LG's skin over Android, it still never failed to impress me. If it was me anyway, I'll just install Nova Launcher and problem solved. And after playing around with the device for a week, I can say it's very tough to not recommend the LG G6. So yeah, it's definitely a very enticing deal looking at the current prices this device is going for. So thanks for watching everybody, hope you enjoyed it. I definitely did enjoy making this video, and if you did enjoy it, consider subscribing. Thanks so much for 400 subscribers, thank you for all the continued support, all of you. And if you did enjoy, subscribe, hit the like button, lets me know that you guys enjoyed it as well. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed, and see you later.